Alrighty, everyone, we are in the Mirai. I just put my name down for some Korean barbecue because the line is a little long. But today we're going to talk about the range on this Toyota Mirai. So just talk about the range and then also kind of the feel of the car in general. Again, this is the Toyota Mirai 2022 XLE. So there's two trims, XLE and Limited, and this is I guess like the base trim, but it comes with a ton of stuff. 360 camera, I don't know how many speakers, but really good audio, lane keep assist, all that good stuff. But yeah, let's talk about the range. So this car is advertised, I believe, I think the Limited is 400 and then the XLE is about 380, something like that. But let me tell you this, if you're considering buying one, and if you do have one already, you probably know this already, but if you're considering buying one, this does not get anywhere near 380 or 400 miles. I'm sure you could do that if you're maximizing the regenerative braking like I'm doing now, time it perfectly and drive like a complete, lack of a better term, like a absolute dick on the road in terms of accelerating extremely slowly and just barely tapping the gas. But in normal driving, you get pretty much 300 miles with maybe a 5-mile deviation if you're not using air conditioning or heating or any sort of extra power. There's a little fan icon that comes up near the range, and that always happens when you turn on the heat or air conditioning. Of course, if you turn on the speakers and whatnot, it'll still drain the battery. But you generally at a full tank, I get about 300, 305, 308, maybe 311. But once you turn on that fan or the AC, it drops about, it depends how you're driving, but generally speaking, you'll drop it to, if it's a full tank, maybe 285. So if you're considering buying this car, it's I would say a solid range would be like 285 if you drive it, 285 to 280 on a full tank, and you're using the AC if it's hot or cold. So that's the realistic range. Me personally, not a big issue. Myself and my fiance, we work remote, and so we mainly use this car for getting groceries, things that are not super time constrained. So it's not a huge deal. I can talk about the infrastructure later on, but in terms of range, you can expect around 300. Do not listen. You will never get around 380, 400. I have not seen it yet. If someone says that in the comments or in a forum, they're probably working for Toyota or something, because there is absolutely no way. By the way, I'm on eco mode when I drive normally. So currently I'm in eco mode. Of course, if you change it to normal or sport, I'm sure the range will drop a little bit, but this is based on eco mode, full tank, and no air conditioning usage whatsoever. You get about 300. So I know I said 300 a bunch of times, but I just wanted to nail that. That was something I was very disappointed in. I expected the range when advertised to be, it's usually somewhat close even for petrol cars, so gas cars or EVs, I feel like they're generally pretty close. But for this hydrogen fuel cell, which is essentially an EV with a hydrogen generator, it is not even close. 380, 400, and you're only getting 300-ish range. I would say 280 on a normal. I'm in SoCal, so the weather's pretty mild for the most part. But if you're in a place where it's cold or it's really hot most of the time, you're probably using the AC. And so you're definitely probably getting like 280 miles. For the XLE, I can't speak for the Limited, but I can imagine it's that much more. I know it has that autopilot type feature. But it comes with a lot more. It comes with more weight because it has more technology into it. I don't know how much more weight, but that's also a factor as well. So yeah, this car is definitely heavy. I will say that. I'll do a full video on kind of the driving feel and day-to-day traffic and whatnot. But generally speaking, I will say it's a pleasure to drive. You do feel the weight, but yeah, this video all about the mileage, and the mileage is fine. It's fine. For the sacrifices you're making for infrastructure, for most people, probably not great. If you need a car and you need to depend on the infrastructure to get to and from work, I would not get a hydrogen fuel cell car at this point, and probably not in the near future, given what I've been reading on forums. People that adopted the first gen Mirai and continue to adopt this current generation of Mirai, I've just seen that the infrastructure doesn't really get much better, so, or hasn't gotten too much better. Hopefully I'm wrong, but if you're looking for something to depend on to and from work, don't do this unless you want to watch Netflix at a fuel station and be talking to the True Zero or Air Products reps all day. So there's my take. Range about 300. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one.